Gamerholic.com was founded by me, Nari Singh Bey, a self-described innovator, a modest genius with a knack of applying fun, engaging game mechanics to pretty much anything. I was once told never pass up an opportunity to tell your story, and there's no greater stage on Shark Tank for me to apply this rule. My story starts here, the beautiful land of Sierra Leone. While her recent story has been of her downtimes, there are also hidden gems in stories of young men and women who find a way. Using their natural brain power, they fulfill their dreams and imaginations. One such woman is my mother, who seized the opportunity years ago to come to the magical America. Now, years later, I was able to join my mother here in the States, and right away I got into the American kid hustle of washing cars, shoveling snow. I would even charge my friends. At 12 years old, I was charging them to write a poem for their girlfriend, so the girl that they had a crush on at the time. That was pretty cool. Now, one major difference that happened right away is I was the one kid that got hooked on Star Trek, and unregrettably, that's what started my path onto nerdhood. Right, I was actually the kid who would leave the basketball court at 5:50 because Star Trek was coming on at 6, and I'm very 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 happy about that. Well, it became evident pretty early on that this head is packed full of ideas. I was a star athlete, and then right after high school, I decided to go the entrepreneur route. And any child of an immigrant can attest to this. Is that's obviously not the direction that they envisioned. They want college degree, and get a job. Um, so right after high school, I had a passion for film at the time, and so I decided that there are piles of other high school athletes that wanted to record, that needed to record videos for college. So I would record the videos, put some music behind it, edit it nicely, and I thought that was awesome. There was a great pool of of customers, and I had the name credibility of being an athlete myself. And obviously, that didn't sit too well. Now, true story. Years later, on Shark Tank, there's the episode of the two gentlemen who built the service that did just that, allowed student athletes to upload their videos and so on and so forth. And my mom calls me and is like, "Oh my God, you should have stuck with that." I'm like, well, yeah, you were the main one encouraging me not to. But it was pretty evident early on that I was always packed full of ideas. And years later, I had the opportunity to go work to get the stable 9 to 5 that she always dreamed of. So I got a job at Countrywide. And when the mortgage market fell, I mean, I was only there for about a year and a half, 2 years, and my goodness, you couldn't put Countrywide on any resume after that, right? So I decided to go back to my natural pool of ideas, and I started Gamerholic. So here we are. I always tell folks that I went to Google University. In using Google, I taught myself how to code. I learned PHP, I learned JavaScript, and a while later I learned the great technology of AngularJS. Google is the best university on the planet, in my opinion. It's 100% free, and there's no problem you're going to come across that somebody else hasn't had in coding, and there are tons and tons of help out there on the web for you. So Gamerholic was going great at one point of time, right? It was a real cash gaming platform. You could play somebody in Madden, Call of Duty on your Xbox or PlayStation for 10, $20. It's legal because it's skilled gaming. The outcome is based on your skill, not luck. Now, what would happen is a gamer would play a game for $300 and they would lose, and they're going to call their credit card company and say that wasn't me. And this happened a little bit too frequently. So much so that it came to the point I was down to my last $300, and I said, you know what? If I'm going to crash, I'm going to crash in San Francisco. So I gave a call to a high school buddy of mine, Mark. Mark was my old pulling guard. All right. And right now he's doing pretty well. He's traveled the world a bit. So he offered to trade in his airline miles for me to head over to San Francisco. And that was a very, very generous move on his part, and I can't thank him enough because that generosity is really what has put me on this trajectory, on this path to build a $1 billion company. Um, it gives me chills to talk about it a little bit because years later, he's still throwing blocks for me. That was pretty awesome. So while in San Francisco, I learned about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and this turned out to be the answer to my prayers. Can't remember exactly where I was, but I just heard no chargebacks somewhere, and I I jumped out my seat, my ears perked up, my eyebrows raised, my eyes widened, and I chased this guy around the building who had said that. Who said that? Who said what? What? And I took that opportunity to learn as much as I can about this technology, and it made perfect sense to me. I think cryptocurrency and gaming go hand in hand. It's great for micropayments, and I immediately transitioned the platform over to a cryptocurrency platform. Not only did I transition it to a cryptocurrency arcade, I also launched my own cryptocurrency, Gamerholic coin, which is used within the platform as well. This is Gamerholic coin is traded on Bittrex, which is the largest altcoin exchange. Altcoins are pretty much just coins like Bitcoin that are traded on this exchange for Bitcoin. Um, that is presents an enormous new market in gaming, right? And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Because one thing we have to keep in mind is Gamerholic doesn't make games. We simply provide an API set that any game developer can use to accept our currency within their platform. Right. So if a game developer is accepting Gamerholic coins and is currently trading at 2 cents in Bitcoin, and market demand raises that coin up to 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, whatever the case is, that game developer is going to profit way more than they would from the offerings of iOS or Google Play right now. And also, it's a great way to drive downloads and engagement within games itself. I mean, you can imagine a lot of these games that are resource based. If you have a real market currency that also has a real world value being used within these games, it presents a whole new range of opportunities on what you can do in gaming. In the education game space, we have an API that will launch that actually rewards um, I prefer to call it homeschooling because even if on the car ride to the grocery store with the little one playing a math game in the back seat, that's homeschooling, right? I don't think there's a separation between education games and homeschooling anymore. It's just we need better reward incentives to actually engage more in education games or homeschool games. And Gamerholic coins, Gamerholic presents that opportunity where if your little one scores nice in a math game, you can reward them with Gamerholic coins, and this can actually be used as a form of allowance now, right? I think that is freaking awesome. Um, so what I'm hoping for now, what I need the Sharks for, is to get us to the next step in getting a lot more game developers on board. I really envision that anytime you load up a phone, you open up a game on your iPad, the first option is going to be to find a Gamerholic game because this is the game that gives you the best reward incentives. And I really, really think the Sharks are in a position to help make that happen. I really look forward to this, and I hope this is a video, a company, a brand that deserves to be on your platform. Thanks.